especially nicknames. So whenever you're here in Thailand, you can find any kind of nicknames, even English word like computer. Yes, you might come across a Thai person named computer. In short, Tom. Yeah, so my name is third because I'm the third son.
Right.
Yeah, basically it. But my full name is Anurod, and my surname, my last name is Gelekha. Yeah, Thai people have very long and complicated full names, so these nicknames, mostly in short, can simplify things, especially for foreigners.
You've made that very clear, all of you. Thank you so much.
George has something to add.
Please, Joss.
Thank you, Kurt. I think our name is very, very special, especially a little bit older generations, because there's a lot of names that my aunt, they use the animal name. Like for example, my uncle named Mu, which means pig.
Pig?
Yes.
Worse than that. What's yours? Porn.
I mean, corn means wish, so like, in a way,
Lacy. Porn is like when it laced is a blast.
like, it's a
But
blast.
the words are different.
I know a girl named Fla, means fish.
Yeah.
And I know what's worse.
Yeah.
I know an art named Jim.
Oh,
But Jim.
the body part for the female. Okay, I'm here. Thank you all very much. Look, that there.
Yeah, that's not like everyone.
Billy, you describe your band's sound as alternative rock. How is it alternative? Explain that for us.
Ready, everyone? Yes! I can hear you perfectly, Mark. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok. Beauty of beaches, divine food, buzzing capital city with street markets, skyscrapers and Buddhist temples, and its stories shared through the arts. Politically, Thailand is a constitutional monarchy with the king as the head of state and a recent history marked by periods of both democratic rule and military intervention. This year, it became the first Southeast Asian country to legalize same-sex marriage. We're here to understand more about Bangkok's mix of tradition and progressiveness through the artists and creatives here on stage, not through the exoticizing gaze of the tourist or the traveler. Let me begin then by asking all my guests here, what are the elements of Thai culture that you think might surprise us? Ratapum Bumbanchacho, your film, A Useful Ghost, won top prize at this year's Cannes Film Festival in France. Can we first of all say congratulations? Would you tell us something about cultural life here that perhaps only Thai people would understand?
Okay. It's like asking fish how it feels to be in water. Like, it might be easier from outsider to look into it, but I think Thai people are very funny. They have like a very strong, outrageous sense of humor, and to the point that sometimes I feel like Thai people have no seriousness. Like, they tend to make fun of everything and jokes on everything. That somehow like make life feel like quite pleasurable, like being here in Thailand, because Thai people are so funny. And that might be a surprise. I don't know if it's a surprise.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you for stepping yourself. Pim Bunyawi, you are a comedian. First of all, tell me about the name Pim, because that's a nickname, isn't it?
Yes, Pim is my nickname.
So what is your full name, and why have you got a nickname? Help us understand.
Okay, I think it's just in Thai culture that we would have our real name, which is, my real name is Bunyawi Kehatindawan, but I would also have nickname for white people to pronounce. mom gave me this name, and she loves this model. Her name is Kim Sonia, and she wants me to be beautiful like her. Yeah.
People seem to know who she is. Joss Wei Sangan. May I now call you Joss? Thank you. So we will explain the phenomenon of boys love drama and its massive popularity, not just here but throughout the world, in a little while. First though, what do you think might surprise people about Thai culture?
Just like you said, you know, it's like asking a fish in the water, but I think I think our entertainment industry is quite unique, especially in the film industry. I think two of the most famous genre is like ghost, like supernatural, and rom-com, romantic comedy. I think our entertainment industry is quite unique, and I think it's very, like, you have to try and see if you like it or not.
So that's interesting because we're going to talk exactly about ghosts and the supernatural later in the show. Thank you, Joss. Millie, your rap touches on everyday Thai life. Are there things that you write about that wouldn't be that widely known beyond, say, Bangkok?
I haven't read about that. Maybe I read. Maybe not. But yeah, the thing is, I want to talk about this super tight-knit is would seem close to each other. Like I can just go out there and like, hey uncle, can you or hey auntie, hey sister, hey brother, like that. It's just super easy to talk with people, even if we don't know. I just sit next to the stranger, and I just like, today is hot, isn't it? And it's like, dude, too hot, right? Like that. We're super friendly like that, and we just call each other like family. Yeah.
Pim, what about you? Why did you ask that, Nikki? Yes, Pim. What about you in terms of surprising things for opening a conversation? Surprising things that we might not know about Thai culture?
How Thai people start a conversation?
Oh, how do they start a conversation?
Is that the question? Can you phrase that?
Yes, of course. What do you think people outside Thailand don't know about Thai culture? Is there anything that would surprise people? Same question as everybody else.
I think it's kind of a given that people know that Thailand is the land of smile, but what they don't know is just because we smile doesn't mean we're nice.
You're not mean. It's the wrong mic. Sorry, radio mic. No, it's okay. I'll do the question again, then we'll go in smoothly, okay? Third, is there anything you experience in your daily lives that you think it might be out, unknown outside the country?
Thai names, basically, especially nicknames. So whenever you're here in Thailand, you can find any kind of nicknames, even English word like computer. Yes, you might come across a Thai person named computer. In short, com. Yeah, so my name is third because I'm the third son.
Right.
Yeah, it's in the head. But my full name is Anurod, and my last name is Lekha. Yeah, Thai people have very long and complicated full names, so these nicknames, mostly in short, can simplify things, especially for foreigners.
You've made that very clear, all of you. Thank you so much.
Joe has something to add.
Please, Joss.
If you learn, I think our name is very, very special, especially a little bit older generations, because there's a lot of names that my aunt, they use the animal name. Like for example, my uncle named Mu, which is pig.
Pig?
Yes.
Worse than that.
What's yours?
Porn.
Porn means rich, so in a way.
Porn racing. Porn
fish.
Yeah.
I know what's worse.
Yeah.
I know an art named Jim.
The body part for the female.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all very much. Look up that there.
That's not everyone.
Billy, you describe your band sound as alternative rock. How is it alternative? Explain that for us.
Okay, so when we say alternative rock, I think most of us have a certain sound that usually come from a certain time, like especially in the 90s. But for us, alternative is it's more like a mindset. Yeah, so Tilly Bird is sitting somewhere in between pop and indie.
Okay.
So some of our songs have very catchy melodies and some sleek production, whereas some other songs are raw.
Thank you. Third, you write your songs in both English and Thai, don't you? Can you explain the difference when you're writing in both languages?
The main difference in writing in English and Thai is that Thai language has tones. So, let's say your name, Nikki. Nikki, right?
Yeah.
Nikki, if we pronounce Nikki in Thai accent, it's Nikki. Nikki. So,
I think the other way around as well. Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. Gi is one of the sounds, but we have 5 tones. So we have gi, 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 gi. Thank you very much. Working very tirelessly for me.
Okay.
So that's the main difference you have to be concerned, because we cannot use the low notes with the high noted words.
Right, so it's a very sophisticated blend then, isn't it?
Yes.
What are you going to perform for us now, Billy?
So this one is one of our dearest songs. It's a song that we love. It's called I'm Not Boring, You're Just Bored. It's one of the songs that really explains what I just said.
Okay, I don't need to ask you what that means then. Tilly Birds, the stage is yours.
It's like you're really looking for that serious relationship, but all you see, all you find is just some undeserving love or undeserving time relationship, and so you're tired of finding that the one in your life, and so this song is just an expression of it, a certain angle of it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So I'm just going to do that again. Tilly Birds, Billy, Milo and Third, thank you so much, and there'll be more music from you later in the show. This is the part of the show where we have a pre-recorded item, and I'm just going to quickly tell you that you are not going to hear this tonight, but when it goes out on the radio from July the 5th, you will hear a beautiful 3 to 4 minute feature, as we call it. So what I'm going to do is introduce it, and then when you hear this go out on the radio, you'll hear us in a cab, you'll hear us on the river, and I will now explain it. You're listening to the BBC World Service. This is the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok. I'm Nikki Beatty. And wherever the Arts Hour travels in the world, we take a journey around the city with the creatives who can show us artistic and cultural places that mean something to them, places that we wouldn't necessarily find. We call this the Culture Cab, and my guide here in Bangkok was the comedian, Pim Bunyawi. So, big round of applause. Briefly about the 3 things that we did so that you've got an idea. Pim, you took me to the comedy club. Tell us about that briefly and why.
I took her to Comedy Club Bangkok, and it's the first original dedicated comedy venue in Thailand. And I took her there is because it's where I started performing comedy when I was 17 years old.
Which was only 2 years ago, right?
Yes.
And like all comedy spaces, it felt a bit like a womb. Will you describe it for us?
Yeah, it is a very intimate space, and because of that, it's really easy to make the audience laugh and enjoy ourselves.
How are you going to make this audience laugh later?
I'll pray.
Which brings us beautifully to the next place she took us, which was a shrine to Lakshmi. Now, my Indian side of the family are Hindu, so Lakshmi to me is the goddess of wealth. I have a Lakshmi coin in my wallet, praying to be made richer. But that's not what we do at the Pink Lakshmi, do we?
Yes.
What did we do?
We pray for a romantic relationship.
Do you all know that?
Yeah.
And what do you all go dressed in? Pink. And what's the pink significance?
From what I know, Pamela Simi likes pink, so we just wear pink, give her offering in pink.
And also, she's on the 4th floor of a mall. I mean, is everything in a mall in Bangkok?
Yeah.
Then we took that beautiful tailboat along the river. It was about an hour, wasn't it? And we landed at the artist's house, which is like a 200-year-old house with a Buddhist stupa that dates back, I think, to which period was it?
I believe Ayutthaya.
Yes, so that's how many hundreds of years? Like a couple of hundred, more than that.
Yeah, hundreds, centuries.
And it's now, what is it now? I'm sure everybody here knows, but...
Well, right now it's kind of like a trendy place among the young people where you can go there and make bracelets and...
What are you smiling at?
My face?
No.
We also talked a little bit about conservative versus progressive Thailand, and we talked about the reputation for sex tourism. We touched on some of those things along the way. So now I'm going to end the Culture Cab. Imagine you've heard it. Pim Bunyawi with me in the Culture Cab. Thank you. One thing that we didn't even talk about as we approached the artist's house was the huge gold Buddha looming into view and revealing itself as we went on the boat. You were all nodding, but it was like it's the most normal thing in the world. To me, I was like, it's incredible, absolutely incredible. You're listening to the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok on the BBC World Service with me, Nikki Beatty. Actor and model Josway Arsangam, better known as Jos, is a huge star here in Thailand and beyond. He's affiliated with the television and talent agency GMM TV and has made a name for himself through his compelling performances and a starring role in the boys' love drama series My Golden Blood. So, the boys' love, or BL genre, of Thai drama is a massively popular and culturally significant thing. There have been hundreds of series made in just the last few years. BL centres on romantic and emotional relationships between male characters, and it has a mainly female fan base across the world, not just here in Thailand. In the fantasy vampire romance My Golden Blood, Jos stars as Mark, a vampire tasked with protecting Tong, a character with a rare and powerful type of blood, played by co-star Fluke, Darwin Kasky. We can hear the fandom. So the story blends vampire love with romance as their relationship unfolds against a backdrop of supernatural intrigue. So before I talk to Jos, having heard your reactions, how many of you in the audience watch boys' love dramas? Put your hands up. Oh wow, okay. That is a lot of you. You too? Have you watched My Golden Blood?
Not yet, sadly.
Are you excited to watch it?
Yes, very
Good. Well, you will after you hear this. Jos, what does the term boys' love mean to you? How would you describe it?
I think genre that
Start again.
I think it's a genre of fictional media that focus on relationship of between two male characters. But I think it originated from novel and manga in Japan.
That's the yaoi stuff from
Yes.
Japan, yes. So, in My Golden Blood, your vampire character Mark is a very athletic 200-year-old, because a vampire never ages. How did you prepare for the role? Did you have a garlic-free diet?
Good one.
That was on the plan. Try to drink blood, see how it tastes. Didn't try not to sleep, that didn't work out so well.
I mean, I have seen all the series, so I know that actually this is a very special vampire, but no spoilers here, no spoilers. There is great chemistry between you and your co-star Flu. Now that is both within the episodes that we see and in the many interviews and podcasts and content that you make for social media. And that is a huge dynamic. That's part of the BL fandom, isn't it? Feeding that content. And I just wondered, Josh, whether you understood the needs of this genre and the attention that you get when you first began in Boys Love.
I've seen, because I work with GMM TV and they produce many BL series. They're probably number one when it comes to that. So I've seen my friends, my co-workers being around the industry. So, but to be a part of it and actually, you know, got myself into it, the amount of support and love that I got from the fans, it was, I couldn't believe it.
Yes.
It's a lot.
So let's talk about that relationship with BL fans. I mean, they are stans, like they are super fans, aren't they? And BL is a social media and cultural phenomenon. So how much time, for example, do you have to give to the kind of, I don't know, do you do the cons and things like that? Do you make content once a week?
I don't think I make enough content, to be honest, because they always want more.
They do.
And rightfully so.
Give us an example of, like, is it a daily thing that you have to make content around these shows?
No, not. I think for me, it just if I spend time with my partner, Kawin,
Yeah.
we will just try to.
Why does everybody? No, what is that? Explain that for me, because people listening, you know, wherever they're hearing this around the world, will wonder what that whole thing is for.
Well, I think they just like us being together. You know,
Right.
they like seeing us doing things together, being happy, do the things that we love. It may start from the series, the chemistry from the character. Like I said, they enjoy the romantic relationship in the series, and they also enjoy us, you know, outside of the series as well.
So then, do you get cast with Garwin with Fluke for the next series? Will you always be a double act?
Sorry?
If there's another series, Boys Love series, will it be you and Fluke?
Oh yeah.
Always.
We are, it depends. It doesn't
Okay.
have to be.
But you would like that, right?
I like that too.
Yeah. Okay. Now, here is something that I found intriguing, and that is that BL fans are predominantly girls and women. Why do you think that is?
Me?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yes, go ahead first.
Okay, I've had friends, female friends who are BL stans, and my high school friends, they were fans of Dong Mak Chin Ki, you know that? Dong Mak Chin Ki, right? TX.
And what is that?
That is a Korean boy band,
I see.
very famous one,
Thank you.
and the members in the band were, you know, seen to have romantic relationships,
Right.
and so the fans of that, so the fans would fantasize or write fictions or, right, am I right? Or, you know, anything for them to, you know, see their favorite couple from now and then.
Yeah, thank you for that, and I get that. I think what is fascinating is that many people around the world would assume if you're seeing two men in a romance situation and a romantic drama, that it might be mainly gay men or part of those gay communities.
Exactly.
Who would support, but these are cisgendered women around the world, not just in Thailand. So why do you think that is, Joss? Is it erotic? Is it because they want to mother you?
All of those answers, basically.
Okay.
All of it, I think.
Yeah. How does it feel to have so many fans just needing you in their lives?
I felt special.
You are special. And I also wondered, how long can an actor be in a BL partnership? Because the title is Boys Love. So when you're 50, will you be in a Boys Love drama?
Who knows?
Oh, it's a throwing in.
That's nice.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well, I think it depends on our company as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm working for them, and being an actor is the job and career that I like.
Yes.
So if the roles is great, then there's opportunity, then there's work, and yeah, sure.
You would want to, you know, like challenge yourself with more, you know, challenging roles.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, that'll come, definitely. You're going to go from strength to strength, I know it. Thank you, Joss. Well, let me ask the rest of my guests here on the Arts House stage for their Boys Love insights. So, Ratchapan, what is, in your opinion, the difference between a BL
That's really interesting. So it's the utopian, romantic, beautiful vision ideal. Yeah.
Yeah, without having the harsh reality that's come with it.
What is the harsh reality?
Being discriminated, in the sexism, homophobic, and like doubting yourself, whether like is it good to fall in love with a man or something like that. Yeah, problem with your parents. That's like the harsh reality of it. But in BL, I think like we kind of like overcome that, and we just like have this pure romance and love and like utopian versions of it. Yeah.
That's really interesting. So do you face discrimination? I mean, is that something you understand? You do?
Yeah. I think like once in a while you face like some mild or strong discrimination as a part of the community in a way. Yeah.
And yet we see, and this brings us back to our theme.
Like at least Boy Love, everybody watch Boy Love, so we're trying to explain it in a positive way that we have many kind of
characters and actor. It could be tricky. Like for example in my film, like there's one character who has a wife and a kid, but he also has like sexual relationship with a guy. So if you want to find an actor for it, do you need to look into his profile,
Good point.
his life history? Like it's not like it would be so awkward. So I think like actors should do their jobs, like perform convincingly. Yeah, and the rest of it is like I don't know, like some man detail.
Thank you. Phil, do you want to say something?
His answer is very good. Please, a round of applause. Like this. For me, I believe that, you know, ideally, I believe that we're born to love two genders. I mean, we're born bisexual, but the society is the one thing that leads us to. We have to, in order to fit into the society, we have to be straight. We have to, you know, like not associate with the same gender. For BLs, I think it's a very good sign that Thailand is progressing and really coming to terms with acceptance of, you know, LGBT community.
Well, Joss, there has been a commentary that suggests that because BL dramas are such a powerful cultural force, they may actually have led to the legalization of same-sex marriages earlier this year. Is that something you relate to?
No, I think it's a part of it,
Yeah.
for sure, because it brings more attention that there's like discrimination against same-sex marriage. So once people are more acceptant, they allow more. So I think there's definitely a case there.
And Millie, I just want to get your comments on the appeal of the female fans for BL. What do you put it down to?
I am the one of them.
What do you love about them?
I just love watching them loving each other. To be honest, yeah, that's kind of okay. As you guys say, it's kind of like a fantasy, like romantic movie. So we just watch it because we're loving to watch them loving each other. And somebody wanna be like mothering them, like not me. Actually, I can only mother. But I just love watching them like spreading love to each other. That's just super beautiful, and like there is not just only they loving. They have a drama inside that.
Yes.
They have a fantasy thing. They have a
Music.
music.
Amazing music.
Yeah, like that. You know, so it's like very interesting. I just treat them as a chunk of the movie, chunk of the series, like a part, just like some part of it. Yeah. So
Thank you.
love that.
Thank you. Pim, why did you think BL dramas are so popular?
Well, it's always fun to watch two cute guys being, you know, together. I think, but yeah, and it's also, I think part of it is escapism, because dating, at least in my generation, is very hard to, you know.
And it's a man and a woman, and it's real. And they have fans just out of this as well. I think we're drawn to seeing people love each other, and sometimes we love because they love each other. Something like that. No matter the gender, no matter religion or anything, it's just love. It's just love.
Thank you. Joss, you want to say
You
something?
mentioned about, I think nowadays being in a relationship can be quite difficult, and sometimes parents or society would force you or want you to get into a relationship, but that doesn't mean everything. Relationship doesn't always mean like happiness, and sometimes different type of relationship, like for example, me and my fans, we have this sort of like a family vibe type that I think for them, for us being, like a family, we support each other. I think that's enough for them to, be happy and just.
So it's a substitute, a surrogate family in a sense.
Surrogate family?
Like a second family.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for this. Let me turn to our audience here in Bangkok. Would anybody, we have a microphone on either side here. Would anybody like to tell me whether they are BL fans and what that fandom means to them? If you put your hands up, is that Darren there? Yes. Darren, let's get his step count up to at least 2,000 by running up and down. Okay, would anybody like to talk about BL fandom? If anybody, here we go, right, no, that's not far enough, but you can start. Tell me your name first of all.
My name is Cook.
Hi.
So, I feel like I watch like many BLs, like from like 70 at least. And
70.
yes, I counted once, about a year ago. But for me, it's like a very good way to escape from like reality.
Okay, so it's the escapism then.
Yeah, but like nowadays, like many people get their escapism from fan fiction as well, but like still gay though. Like people like gay stuff because it's somewhat of an escape from the harsh reality, I think.
Okay, thank you for that. Anybody else want to tell me what BL fandom means to them, what Boys Love as the drama series means to them? Why is it so appealing? Somebody over here. Here we go. Put your hand up high if you want to speak. Did we get a girl with a hat? A girl with a hat. There you are, baseball cap. Hello. Tell me your name once you get the microphone as
well, and thank you for speaking.
Hi, my name is Dan.
Hi.
I think what BL fandom to me is that it's a community where we have like shared interests. And for me, like for BL, I met like a lot of friends from all around the world as well. And through that as well, I actually learned a lot about, I learned more about like Thai music specifically, so that's actually one of the ways I found it works. So yeah, I think for me, BL means like community and of shared interests.
That's lovely, thank you so much. Would anybody else like to talk about BL fandom and what it is? Yes, over here. Oh, we need to get Darren steps up. Yes. Hello, tell me your name.
Hi, my name's Chris.
Hi, Chris.
From New York, actually.
Oh, welcome.
And I'm actually we're big fans of BL, and we made a lot of friends in New York through going to fan meets, and we got so connected. It's like a huge community. There's a Thai restaurant in New York, and the owner lets us watch GMM shows in the back. So it's brought us together, and it means so much to us.
I need to ask you a supplementary question, Chris. So it's escapism we've learned, it is seeing the ideal, some sort of utopian romantic situation. What is it for you?
Yes, I think it's that. Because like in the West, a lot of LGBT plus movies and shows, they have so much like dark themes and trauma. So it's nice to watch a show that is just really just positive and about love.
Okay, we're building a profile here. I love it. Thank you, Chris. Can anybody tell me, why do BL fans want the on-screen relationships between the characters to become real-life love stories?
Not all of them.
Okay,
I can offend with them.
Okay, not all of them. Does anybody here want the on-screen relationships to go in real life as well, IRL? If you do, will you tell me why? Nobody wants to tell me? Any hands? Oh! In the front here, Darren. Run, run, run. Lady in red. Hello, tell me your name.
Jojo.
Hi, Jojo. Why?
Because in the series, almost the couple in the series, because of that they have chemistry, right?
Yeah.
What is the chemistry? That is the very match. So in the real world, we also always want to match couples to be real together, no matter not real relationship, but they work together and just be happy together is okay. That is my thoughts.
Okay, so you only want
really match in my views, but in my front of view. So the basketball, they talk, they almost communicate in English. Their different perspective also match. And I see a lot of couple, they will argue a lot, but I don't think that just will fix it all the problems.
Thank you, Jojo. Thank you so much. Couples of DL screens going real. Anybody? Okay, we are moving. Thank you all so much. That was really lovely to hear your voices. It means a lot. Oh, do you have somebody? Thank you. Thanks, Yo. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
My name's Erin.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. I'm glad to sit here and to share some opinions.
We are delighted you're sharing your opinions.
Thank you so much. Actually, I think like the couple partner culture in Thai BL industry is the most biggest soft power in Thai. Because like actually I have been like watching watching the BL series from many countries, including like Korea, Japan, and Thai, and also like even China before.
And America, evidently.
Yeah, also like America, yeah, and like England. But like, cause as we know that there are many really good BL, like no matter series or like movies a lot in other countries, but like all the couples they may just stop at that series or like at that movies. But like in Thai, if you can if your fandom is large enough and the couples that you support can continue their journey like in a really long way. And I think that's the way that we're supporting for everyone.
I love this so much. So, ask you for a favour, and that is, if I gave you one sentence to say why BL dramas are soft power, how would you answer that?
Why BL is the soft power? Because I think like as we all know, like for K-pop, the soft power is like the K-pop for Korea,
Brilliant.
yeah, and like J-pop for Japan. But we know that like Thai BL serious is the power.
Sarcasm.
Yeah, Thai people tend to be very sarcastic, with a smile, of course.
Okay. Kill them with kindness, right? So sarcasm. Are there many female comedians?
In Thailand?
Mm.
Yeah.
In Bangkok even?
Yeah, there's a few that's doing comedy in English and also in Thai.
But are there many, many less women? Fewer women, are there?
Yeah, there's obviously fewer women than men.
Okay. And are there subjects that you cannot joke about?
The king.
Okay. Well. The reason that nobody can talk about the king in an unpleasant or humorous way is because Thailand has a law. It's called lèse-majesté. It's a law that strictly forbids insulting or threatening the monarchy. And it's punishable by jail terms from between 3 and 15 years. And in fact, some sentences have gone between 50 and 70 years. And the law is widely criticised. It's viewed by the UN and many other governments in the world as excessively punitive. So you will not be making jokes about it.
I love my life.
Are there any other areas that you need to stay away from?
Other areas
in terms of your comedy, so no jokes about monarchy. Is there anything else that's a no-go zone in Thailand?
I don't think really, because I think other than obviously the king, we have freedom in saying whatever we want, but obviously as a comedian, please make it funny and just not offensive.
Okay, so you don't punch down, that's what they say, isn't it? Well, the stage is yours.
Anyway, hi, my name is and I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't rap, so that's why I'm doing stand-up comedy. Yeah, and I am 19 years old. Thank you for congratulating me. Yeah, and when you're a comedian at 19 years old, people would call you a rising star, which is actually a nice way of saying nobody knows me and my mom still drives me to shows. But yeah, I'm actually really psyched about being 19 years old, because if you guys know anything about Thai law, being 19 years old means I am 1 year away from legal drinking! I've always been illegally drinking before, but it's fine, I pay the police. But yeah, it is a bit weird being 19 years old, especially when you're in Thailand, because yeah, I'm a little too young to legally drink, but way too old to be a prostitute. Anyway, I actually went to an all-girl high school, and which kind of explains why I'm a feminist and look like a lesbian. Yeah, and the thing about my high school is it's a really conservative high school, right? And how conservative it is, I'm glad you asked. My high school is so conservative that we were forced to cut our hair this short. Yeah, I can see all the females who have been through the same But yeah, and okay, for those who don't know, I want you to imagine imagine a Japanese mushroom with low self-esteem. Yeah, that was me in 8th grade. And I thought this was normal, right? I thought this is something that all females have to go through, you know, period. But then I met this white boy, right? And he told me that it's not normal. No one should be forced to cut their hair this short. And he said, Tim, you're being forced to cut your hair, like in prison. And I kind of agree, so I'm like, yeah, it is a bit like in prison, but we still look better than your mom, though. But yeah, I think that's one of the first cultural differences I've ever experienced in Thailand, because I've experienced it a lot more. In high school, right, I went to a public high school, so everyone I know that is Thai. But now I'm in international college, and everyone I know is either white, half white, or whitewashed. So when I hang out with my friends, I do feel like a Thai person in Wat Phakam. Like, even though it is my country, I am somehow the minority in that. I mean, I try to take a selfie with all the sea of white people in the background, and I look like a diversity hire for H&M. And another thing I noticed about white people is actually their name. Because you guys, white people, right, they all have the same name. You know, names like Josh, Jack. Sorry. But yeah, and this is not the same with Thai people, because Thai people, right, we have a unique name that is thoughtful and meaningful. Like, for example, my name, Bunyavi, and it's a combination between the word Bun and Yavi, and together it means good and brave. Yeah. But I turn out to be a coward. So the name thing doesn't really work. And another difference I see is that Thai people is very spiritual compared to white people. Right, because Thai people, we pray for everything. We pray for money, we pray for love, we pray for career. And me personally, I pray for good luck, good grades, and a white boyfriend. While hanging out there, I would meet these expats, I would meet these foreigners who have been in Thailand way longer than I've been alive. And yet, they cannot speak Thai for their dear life. And you know, I think it's because Thai people, right, we've been too nice and welcoming to them. There's then no motivation for them to learn our language. And I think we would not have this problem at all if Thai people is just a little bit more racist. Hear me out. Stick with me. Hear me out. We would not have this problem at all if Thai people is just a little bit more racist towards white people. Whoa, I lost you guys there. Okay. But yeah, because I have met these expats who would ask Thai people rude questions like, hey, why don't you speak English? And I'm like, here's a better question for you. Why don't you speak Thai?
Public school, you're from female student are supposed to have hair.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so on the 5th of March this year, Thailand's
Supreme Administrative Court annulled a 50-year-old directive on school students' hairstyles. So the rule was short hair for boys, like yours, yes?
Way shorter.
Oh, way shorter.
Way shorter. Yes.
Okay.
Buzz cut.
Like a level one buzz cut.
Yes.
Okay.
Worse than
And for the girls, then it was supposed to be, even though you were trying to.
Yes. Actually, my story is like, so I do soy. Yeah. and I went to school, and a teacher just like, why you did a slide? Oh yes.
What is soy?
Yeah, it's a slide. So they want me to do short like this, but I did short, but more like a fashion. Yeah. So the teacher asked me that I told you to get that mushroom haircut. Why did you do that? I said, this is the one thing that I can't say at that time. I said my mom has a cancer, and I have to cut a short hair to be a friend, like a party friend. And it's all long.
Okay, we cleared up the hair. And lovely to hear about how you shorten names for the benefit of other people, really. So Bangkok's name, I think Simon on stage is going to attempt all 21 words. Do any of you know the actual? You do?
The long.
Yes, name of the
มหานครอมรรัตนโกสินทร์บนราชนิเวศน์อมรรัตนโกสินทร์เย้
I tried to learn
กรุ
it.
งเทพมหานคร
That's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you all so much. You're listening to the Arts Hour on Tour in Bangkok on the BBC World Service. I'm Nikki Bailey. Music now from Millie, rapper, singer, composer. And the first Thai solo artist to perform at the famous Coachella Music Festival in the USA. Local interest for mango sticky rice when her that track went viral, as well as her eating the dessert. For the uninitiated, and by the way, I had mango sticky rice for the first time last night, and I will be going back for more, but what is mango sticky rice? Super, obviously, mango with a sticky rice.
Oh yeah, I'm kidding. Let me explain, like, for real. For whoever never can't imagine about that, so it's a mango with a sticky rice and a coconut milk on top with a green golden bean. Yeah.
Yes. And you pour the
coconut on the sticky rice.
Yes, and eat the mango on it. And you cannot imagine a more delicious explosion of taste. So do you think an artist's viral moment, because that went viral for you, now that might have just simply and very sweetly introduced the world to mango sticky rice, but you could change the world in a viral moment, couldn't you? You could. What would you want to do it through? What would you like to change in the world if you could have a viral moment again?
Thank you for the question. I feel like okay. For me, my part, I just want to show how I am. You're gonna see it's like, wow, it's super Thai-ness, but it's like I'm just showing myself like that because I'm born in Thai, I raised in Thailand, and I'm Thai, so how the thing is gonna happen just like that, naturally Thai. If I do that, I just did about Muay Thai.
Yes, and we should talk about this. So apart from desserts, there are lots of things you write about. Your new album is called Heavyweight.
Yes.
It has a lead single called One Punch, which I've been using on my Instagram stories. Thank you very much. Tell us about your passion for Muay Thai. So that is Thai boxing.
Yes. Tell us all about it. First of all, I don't want to boxing with you. Okay, so I've been a Muay Thai student for like 2 years. I did have a little cute gym called Robodope in Bangkok too, and for being a student, it's totally different when you become a real fighter and you go on a stage. So one time in my life, I'm born already. I just want to try, and I just want to challenge myself to do that.
But did you only start it a couple of years ago? You didn't do it from childhood?
Yes. Why? I'm crazy.
Every coach, when you train Muay Thai, they always just like, yeah, you can definitely fight.
Right. They just like motivate.
So you're a fighter too, Josh?
I did Western boxing, just hands.
Okay.
Just dance.
I started boxing in college, right? During the college years.
Yeah, just a bit.
But will you tell me more, Millie, about the discipline of Muay Thai? What does it do for you? What does it represent in Thailand culturally?
Okay, what does it do to me? It's like, at first doing that because I'm super stressed with my recital back in university, and I just like want to release. Oh, actually, the biggest one that I want to do is MMA.
Okay.
I love
mixed martial art.
Mixed martial art. But it's super hard to find a class and it's kind of expensive, and so it's going to be grateful if I start with Muay Thai and it's Thai, you know. So I think it's in my blood. I just so when I start, I feel like I release all my stress, and I love getting punched because it's the physical hurt. It's helped to forget the mental hurt.
Okay. So externalizing pain.
Yes.
Wow. What are you going to perform for us now? What track are you going to perform?
So the track I'm going to perform you is just hey hey. So it's super positive. I love to perform this because it's one of my favorite tracks, and it's like giving you a Thai local instrument but mixing with a Jersey rap.
And what's the song about? What's the track about?
Just like put your hands up in the air. Okay, in my words, I'm talking about like how you choose the guy that's gonna be your best man. Like,
Your best man or your man?
like the best. What should I?
Oh, okay. So how do you choose a man? How do you choose a man? How do you choose a man?
I'm not married yet, so I don't know how to.
What sort of things are you asking for in this track then? Are you asking for something?
I'm asking for them to put your hands up in the air.
And is that something you do in real life all the time?
Yes,
Okay.
so everybody you know that your duty is to put your hands up in the air. You know the song Hey Hey, everybody? Yeah! I'm glad. Just say hey hey when I want you to say hey hey, and just put your hands up. Yeah. Okay, everybody, if you want to put your hands up in the air, let's do it. And DJ Toby, let's go.
So much. You're listening to the BBC World Service. This is the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok. I'm Nikki Beatty, and we're here exploring the artistic and cultural subtleties of Thai culture. Bangkok filmmaker Ratchaphong Bonchachob's debut feature film, A Useful Ghost, premiered at this year's Cannes Film Festival and won the grand prize in the Critics' Week section. A Useful Ghost is a provocative, witty, rule-breaking film.
It's visually stunning. It's satirical horror comedy, and it uses a queer lens. It's also very, very funny. It's a story about love, and it's a story about social justice. So Nat, played by David Gomorrah, has died from dust poisoning, and concerned for her dust-allergic husband, his name is March, she returns as a ghost in the form of a little red vacuum cleaner, and she wants to protect him. March's family are already annoyed by the returning ghost of one of their factory workers, and they want Nat gone. So to placate them, she uses a technique of dream surveillance to help rid them of their nuisance ghosts. Ratukun, why a vacuum cleaner?
I think actually it's there's two reasons behind it. Because actually when I first developed the story, I had this idea of a ghost just being a ghost, or maybe just an actress about there's so many kinds of ghosts, how people depict ghosts on the screen. Sometimes we don't see the ghost but we hear it, or sometimes the ghost is translucent, or sometimes they don't have feet, they're floating, they're ruminating or something like that. And then there's another tradition of ghosts from the 80s American cinema, like the poltergeist, ghosts that's completely invisible, but they try to communicate with the living by moving stuff, open windows, turn on TV, and opening tabs. So I thought maybe ghosts in the electrical appliance could be interesting. And then the second reason, the second reason would be when I developed the story, there's a dust pollution, real dust pollution in Thailand. And I think oh, that's interesting. I felt if the ghost would be in something, would possess something, it would be vacuum cleaner.
So I need to describe this vacuum cleaner to you. It is a little red vacuum cleaner with a handle that lights up and changes colours. And she trundles around speaking as she moves, with her hose upstanding and a little brush on the end. And you've made her sexual. So she tickles and pleasures March, and then she also bathes and feeds him in the hospital. And I totally believed within seconds in her aliveness and her soul. So what were your challenges in making a vacuum cleaner believable?
I think it's about the design of the vacuum cleaner. It's very technical stuff, where you put the light, and the light could express feeling. And if the light beeping somehow kind of animate, it looked like animating, and how the technicians help move the trunk around and stuff like that to make it a more human-like, in a way.
It was beautifully done. So Nat does appear in human form, but you will have to see the film to understand when that happens and why it happens. I wanted to ask you, this is a really tangential question. At the factory, there is a sign that says, "Do not sing." Why was that?
I think because the film is not commercially released yet, so maybe audience will not understand what happened, what we're talking about.
Okay.
But actually in the factory, there's a lot of sign do not sing, do not run, do not eat. Yeah. It's I think but it's more a comic side of it.
Yes.
In the space, people are controlling by some way, in a way. You cannot do what you want to do, in a way.
Yes. March's mother, Suman, is accused of being a bad mother because one of her sons is married to a man and the other one to a ghost vacuum. What does that tell us about Thai society?
I want to draw a parallel, analogy between LGBT and the queer relationship and human ghost relationship. I think they're kind of similar, because it's a relationship that you're supposed not to have. You should not marry a man, you should not marry a ghost. And I think it's kind of interesting in a way, that both couples, the older brother marry a man, and the younger brother somehow falls in love with a ghost, and they try to prove that their relationship strength, for real. They try to prove it to the other members of the family.
There is a scene, and it is a very funny scene, when the family asks some Buddhist monks to try and get rid of the ghost of Nat. And they use their sacred threads and they use their prayers. And they tell Nat that her time has expired. And she says, my body has expired, but my love hasn't. And I loved that line so much. But do people use monks for exorcisms in Thailand?
The first try.
Yeah. I use my friends because they're superstitious.
You use your friends to get rid of those?
I have many friends who have sixth senses.
Okay.
Like 90%.
Have a sixth sense. Yeah. Okay, we'll talk about this in a minute. I'm going to go back to the film. In that scene, those Thai monks swear. They use profanity. They use bad terms. It's a very funny scene, but I just wonder, are you going to risk offense?
Of course.
Okay.
I feel like it's kind of risky, the scene itself, if you watch the film.
Well, then that's what I was interested in.
Yeah.
So the film hasn't been officially released in Thailand yet. Will that be censored? Will that be cut out, that scene?
I would insist like it's still in the film.
You would insist it's
there?
there?
Yeah. It's kind of like, I think the way that we portray Thai monk should be like, how to say it, like very, I don't know, like no.
Realistically?
Realistic is no. I try to push the boundary of how we portray monks in cinema.
Okay, no, I realise you're pushing the boundary.
Yeah.
And it's a very clever, funny scene, but I also wondered whether people will go, oh, that's a step too far.
It might be something delicate. But
then how will you deal with that, if you get that reaction? I mean, Buddhists are supposed to be very peace-loving, but they might get mad.
Yeah, maybe. But Buddhists could also be sometimes suppressing, like repressing in some way. So I think monks in real life somehow behave even more worse than my monks in the film. So I think,
Okay. My mother-in-law was a Tibetan Buddhist nun. Yes. She reached Gelongma level, so... But can I say she behaved really well in real life? So, what elements of the film are actually inspired by Thai folklore?
I think, because actually the story somehow I took inspiration from some Thai folklore, which is like the classic story about ghosts and human relationship, and how because in the end of the legend, their relationship somehow got the communities around the couples, and they cannot accept this ghost human relationship, so they try to break them apart.
Right.
But in my film, I try to keep them together.
Oh, so in the Thai folklore, they do break apart?
Yeah, because normally I think that's
it's not right.
Yeah, there's a lot of human relationship mythologies in Thai culture, like human and snake goddess, something like that, snake goddess, ghosts and stuff. But I think at the end, most of them they got broken apart, they don't stay together. Yeah.
But you want we shouldn't spoil the ending, but you want your character. Now I want to talk about the ghosts in the film entering the dreams of the living. So Nat becomes very useful, as we mentioned, but she becomes useful to a character called the Minister, who employs her to find and erase the unwanted guests who are plaguing him and some of his very powerful friends in their sleep. Who does the Minister represent?
The establishment, the ruling class, in a way. Yeah.
So the establishment and the ruling class, is that politicians, is it everybody?
I want to keep it kind of open.
Okay.
It could be anyone.
Okay. But it's the powerful, the Minister.
Yeah, there are powerful people in the society.
Okay, and then in some of those dreams, there are protesters calling for the Minister and his friend's head. Who are those protesters?
I mean, anyone who's who demand better life in the country.
And you refer, I mean, there's a reference to a period in history, which is
What period in history do you
I
want to
think
tell
like
me?
there's also some student protester from the 70s in Thailand, and also like protester in 2010 year.
What happened?
Russian protester. Yeah.
What happened in 2010? First of all, I'll tell you what happened in 1976. So Thai soldiers opened fire on students demonstrating at Halifax University. And they brutally killed about 46 people, effectively ending a period of real democracy in Thailand. And the killings weren't investigated and they weren't even discussed for many years. What happened in 2010?
There's a Russian protester, like they demonstrate in the heart of Bangkok, and they also were, how do you say, massacred.
They massacred?
Yeah, like 90 to 100 people die in the heart of the city.
So how free are you as a film director in Thailand to talk about those things, or to talk about anything when you want to?
I think like we can say lots of things creatively, but not everything, I would say. Yeah.
Can you give me an example of what you couldn't say creatively, or is it too difficult?
I think it's kind of similar to the situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't talk about the monarchy?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand completely. You've said that the ghost is a very powerful figure for artists and filmmakers.
Yeah.
Why?
Because ghosts somehow like they occupy some separate stuff, like they are both like human and not human. They are both here and there. They are both past and present. They're supposed to belong to the past because they die already, but they still remain in the present. And for the country that the history is still like not totally open, there's so many erasure gap in the history. So there's like this space for growth to appear. So artists can use gold to talk about history that is silenced, that is repressed, is suppressed. So I think that ghost is such a powerful figure for filmmaker, for storyteller, for artists to explore the dimension of the society that's somehow hidden.
Well, can I say in your film, mission accomplished. And if you get a chance to see a useful ghost, please do. It has layer upon layer to understand and delve into Thai society. Well, let me turn to my guests on stage here and ask, how does the supernatural and spiritual enter your everyday lives? For good. Are there spiritual parts of you?
I have no sixth sense. I cannot see or sense or feel the spirits or the ghosts, but until 5 years ago where I lost my parents. It's okay. I lost my parents, both of them, and one day I was riding with my dad, and he's a very scientific person to begin with, and so he doesn't usually believe in all of these ghost things or stories until there's this miraculous smell of a garden where we use this garden juice to pour over the hands of the dead ones in the ceremony, the funeral, and that smell came out of nowhere. It was like the first dinner I had with my dad since my mom had died. And so it's like my mom was visiting and my dad was like, "Oh, third, it's mom. And I was like, "You don't believe in any of this." And he's like, "Well, are you smelling this?" And I was like, "Yes." So we turned off the AC and the smell was still strong. It was very pleasant. Yeah. That was like the first ever time that I experienced ghosts, and it was my mom. And so I am not afraid of ghosts or any spirit anymore, because whenever I'm in the dark, I would assume it's them.
Well, that's amazing. Thank you. Really, what sort of relationship do you have with spirits and the supernatural?
I am the one who prayed a lot for really almost everything. Actually, before I debuted, my first debut song, I pray with Man Poon. She's like a legendary female country artist in Thai, and I just like pray for her. Like if my debut song going well, I'm gonna go like see her like face to face, like with her statue. And I thought her like what stay in like Pakano, but it's Mena. Actually, she is in Supanburi, so it's super far away. Yeah, so it's a misunderstanding, but I still went there to see her. And
So you went to pay homage to her statue?
no, yeah, I just pray at home, like just to not about her like that, and things go well.
So you use the supernatural to ask for things? For a higher power to
Something like that, yeah, for just like make a confident. And I've been a part of in my life that I'm too into something like this, so I pray to the supernatural thing all the time, and I just confuse to myself and I doubt myself that all the things that I got it from my own, from my talent, from my like everything that I did, or I just got it because I'm lucky, or they just blessing me. So I wrote a song called Satu, and I told the story in that just for remind people that sometimes you have to believe in yourself too. So if you just pray, and you did nothing, you still sat like sitting in front of TV at home doing nothing, you're gonna get nothing. But if you pray, maybe it's make you more confident, and you did something to yourself too. Maybe you get success.
Thank you.
I grew up watching a lot of ghost movies.
Thai ghost movies or all ghost?
All ghosts, but mostly Thai, haunting for years. And then as I grew up, I think I became more of like science and try to figure out about human evolution. But then as I grew older, now I'm 29, I think I talk to a lot of people that are successful, and they show me that they believe in certain things, they go pray, and they take me to temple. And I think it's not bad at all to have something that you can put your faith in and your trust in, as well as like work hard. So I think right now I am from Nakhon Si Thammarat, so it's called Aikai. Aikai is a spiritual child from, I believe it's called what? The Nakhon Si Thammarat. So I was born from there, so I went there and actually asked about my series. Well, I prayed to him that I did well, and it did.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go see you soon.
You haven't yet?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh my God, pay your respects and
Yeah.
That's kind of scary. If you promise that you're gonna see, but you're not, maybe they'll come. Oh, you didn't give it out.
You're smart. That's smart. You're fine. Him, what about you? You have a Ganesh around your neck. So Ganesh, or Ganpati as we call it, is the elephant god and the remover of obstacles. Why do you wear a Ganesh?
I wear this because I just want something to like keep me grounded before I perform. Because I tend to get very excited and I'll just be like, please do it.
So you say a little prayer?
Yeah, I would say a little prayer for actually everyone in the show before we do anything.
Oh, well, I think your prayers were answered because this has been absolutely amazing. Would anybody in the audience like to tell us about the supernatural in their lives, or the way that it affects your lives? Because it's obviously a very, very big thing. If you do have something to say, the meaning of the supernatural, just put your hand up and Darren or Yo will come running down. Anybody? Yeah, over here. Up you go. Darren's running. No, who's running? I can't see. When the mic comes to you, hello, I can see you. Oh, up there, Darren. On the end there. Thank you so much.
Good people, you have bad people. If you're a good person and you die, maybe you become a nice ghost. If you're a bad person and you die, prayers to you. Hopefully you survive that. But so it really depends on the situation. In some cases, you have like you go traveling and tell like when you're driving at night especially, there's a lot of stories about this. If you encounter strange beings on the side of the road, you don't make eye contact with them. You don't acknowledge their presence. Otherwise, they will follow you.
Yeah.
So it's weird. It's stuff like that.
It's getting a bit creepy.
Yeah, those are involved faster. So.
And will you, if you have children or nieces or nephews or children in your life, will you be telling them those stories?
I mean, it's fun.
To make them scared. Thank you so much. Anybody else got a story to tell us, or some sort of cultural insight into why the supernatural is pervasive? Hello over there.
My name is Sinta.
Hi.
I think it's also connected to how we are raised religiously.
So how are you? Are you Muslim?
Yes, I am. And we are taught to believe on the afterlives, but we don't necessarily believe there's ghosts. In Islam, there's some creatures called jinns. Yes, the ones that tempting people use you. But my mom always told me to pray that. To say or to pray that God will not let you see, hear, or feel things that you are afraid of. He already knows that we're going to be absolutely terrified if we actually meet these creatures. So actually, He's protecting us by making our senses like, we're only seeing real things that we can touch and we can see.
Thank you so much for that insight. One more. Anybody else like to say anything? Oh, over here. Thank you, Yo. Hi. Tell me your name.
My name is Om.
Hi, Om.
And like, from what we talk about ghosts and like supernatural stuff, I think it ingrained in my culture.
Our sound engineers, Mark McDonald and Darren Wardrobe, to our venue, the incredible Uxra Theatre. We leave you, though, with another performance from Tilly Birds and Millie. Millie, what are you going to perform for us?
Sorry for that.
Shall I go third instead? Okay, I'll go to third. Third, what are you going to perform for us?
It's called Just Being Friendly or เพื่อนเล่นไม่เล่นเพื่อน The song talks about crossing that line.
What line?
The friend zone. So I think it's common, not only with Thai people who encounter in confusing relationships. You get signs that okay, he likes me, she likes me, but then she tells you, nah, I'm just being friendly.
Is this a true story from you?
You don't have to answer that. You have to.
Most Tilly songs are 90% true.
I also want to ask you, this track was featured in a Boys Love series, am I right?
Oh yeah.
Tell us more.
It's featured in two, if I'm not wrong, My Cutie Pie and My School Christmas.
You all know, I love
it. My Cutie Pie. We're very honored that our songs are featured there, and they did a great job making a cover of it, and it's refreshing to see, to hear our song sung by other people or incorporated in shows.
But now we get to hear you perform. So over to you, Tilly Birds and Millie. Got it. We'll explain the phenomenon of boys' love drama and its massive popularity here a little later. First though, what do you think might surprise someone about Thai culture? Yes. A blessing. A blessing? A blessing. We're on page 5.
5. This is hopeful, everyone. I love it that you all think this is funny and that you're all staying put. I really appreciate it.
Oh my God.
Social media content. Social media content. Social media content. Shall I just do everyone's names a couple of times as well? Yes. Yes. Yeah, okay. Millie. Millie? Millie. You like the second one? Joss. Joss, what about you? Joss? Joss. Pim. Pim? Pim. Pim, what about you? Third. Third? Third? You know, it's really difficult because I would like to make the effort to say third, like you say it. If I got it wrong, it could be so bad. So yeah, anyway. Ratchapum. Ratchapum. Ratchapum? Ratchapum, what about you? Okay, good. And?
No.
Yes. There is a long name for Bangkok, as in, first of all, it's not Bangkok in Thai. There are 2 words for it, but there's also 21 words for the city of Bangkok. There's a long name for Bangkok. Nearly there. We're on page 12, everyone. Your next question should be about how many pages are there? Okay, page 12. Yeah, got it. The ghosts in the film enter the dreams of the living, and the ghosts of the film enter the dreams of the living, and that becomes very useful to a character called the Minister, who employs her to find and erase, wipe out, the unwanted ghosts who are plaguing his powerful friend's sleep. What about the supernatural element?